sample per second DAC, dual 1 megasample per second ADC, parallel capture, so you can do camera input. We've got some code.
Yeah, we did some tests. It's impressive.
It's incredibly fast for.
Hey, hello and welcome to the show. I've got the echo again. Let me try to fix this. I'm having audio issues, but I think you can hear that now. I'm just unable to monitor sound. So sorry about that. I was having YouTube difficulties. I think we were streaming other places except for YouTube, but we're going to start this all over again. So hello and welcome to JP's Product Pick of the Week. It's me, JP. We are here to check out a very cool, very exciting return of a product pick, a favorite of mine. It's been really hard to get the chip on this one for a couple of years now. So we've been out of stock. It's been a long time since you could get these, but they are back, and they are back with a vengeance. We have a bunch of them. So what I'm going to do first of all is send you to the URL. If you want to go get them, head to that QR code, head to that URL right there. This show is broadcast from right inside of the product page, and you'll see that we've got a 50% off discount on this product pick. You don't need a coupon code or anything like that. It's just simple. During the broadcast only, this ends when the broadcast ends, you can get the discount. It's right there listed on the page. Throw them in your cart. You can get up to 10 of them if you're really super hype about this product. They should be in stock. Don't panic. We've got a lot of this chip, so we're happily returning to bringing this one back in force. But if you've been dying for them for a project, go ahead and get some because they are half off today. What I want to do before I go further into it is have Lady Ada jump back quite a bit in time from when this was first really available and tell you all about it. So take it away, Lady Ada.
The Feather M4. Wow, you've been waiting for this. Feather M4 featuring the SAMD51 processor, running at 120 megahertz. 512K of flash, 192K of RAM. M4 has floating point support, has memory caching support, which is really great. I've been turning that on and using it in the Feather form factor you know and love.
Yep.
Got NeoPixel, got 2 megabytes of flash, got some proto area. We're using the SAMD51 J19. The reason this Feather took a little bit longer than expected is we originally designed this with the G19 and then realized that it doesn't have I2S. The I2S was the last thing we checked, and we realized for some reason that size chip didn't have I2S enabled. Why? I don't know. If someone at Microchip could tell us, it would be great. So we quickly redesigned it to use the 64-pin QFN J19. Now you have I2S. We know I2S works. We've tested it. Dual 1 megasample per second DAC, dual 1 megasample per second ADC, parallel capture, so you can do camera input. We've got some code.
Yeah, we did some tests. It's impressive.
It's incredibly fast for CircuitPython. Of course, you can use it with Arduino. We have a working Arduino core. It works great. We've tested all of our Featherwings with it. But if you're using with CircuitPython, you're going to be very, very happy. You're not going to run out of memory, and it's going to be very speedy. The floating point support in particular, because variables in Python kind of naturally become floating points. Those are very, very, very fast. But everybody knows what they're getting. They're getting like the Feather compatibility with all of our wings, and then this ultra high-powered, fast chip, a wonderful display of high-powered electronics, and that's the new products.
All right. Hey, hopefully she finished talking because I can't hear her. I can't monitor audio right now. But that is it. That's this product right here. This is our product pick of the week this week. Oh my gosh, this old friend. This one has been a long time coming. It is the Feather M4 Express. One of my favorites, one of the original high power, high octane, heavy duty feather boards. This one uses the ATSAM D51. It is a powerhouse of a chip. You can run Arduino on it really well. You can run CircuitPython on it incredibly well, especially with floating point math. This one has that separate floating point capability, which is fantastic. What else? It's running at 120 megahertz. It has 2 megs of SPI flash, 512K of flash, 192K of RAM. There is a dual DAC on here. So this is one of the few where there is an analog, a pair. So you can do stereo right off of the board. We've got the A0 and the A1 pins that are both DACs. Then we have a bunch of ADCs as well. So you can read in as well as write out analog. Lots of analog on here. This one, also, one of the things I really love about this is it has this lovely little prototyping area right here at the bottom. So if you have a small circuit you want to add to this and you don't want to add a lot of breadboard or proto board or even one of the screw shield breakout boards, proto boards, you can use this little proto area here. There are a set of ground and 3-volt pins at the edges, and then you have this little grid here of pins that you can use. I'll show you an example of something here. You can see I've just added a potentiometer right there. So if I wanted to add a potentiometer, in fact, forget about all this other stuff. Let me take this off of this board. Here you go. Here is the Feather M4 with a big, huge potentiometer on the end. You could add all kinds of things, all kinds of little circuits on there, depending on what you need. In this case, I've also extended its capabilities out by quite a bit, adding it onto one of these Feather quad boards. So let me go ahead and change the focus on that so you can see it a little bit better. And I'm gonna go ahead and fire this up and show you a little demo of a few of these boards in action with our Feather M4. Let me grab the cable here. This one uses the USB B cable, micro B by the way. And I'm gonna just improve that focus just a little bit more. Okay, so you can see here, I've got the Feather M4. I'm also using a couple of I2C boards on here. I have this seesaw joystick feather wing here. You can see I'm updating some analog values there. I've got a little OLED display feather wing. I've got a little NeoPixel feather wing, and then also have my little knob here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and light this up, light up those NeoPixels, and you can see I'm using my little knob to adjust some brightness values there. I can hit the different buttons here to change some colors. We can run a little NeoPixel animation there. Let me lower that brightness a little bit and rerun that. It's a little dark. There we go. And I can even adjust some of these color values with my joystick here. So this is just an example of the kinds of things that you can add on to a feather, but this is a really great feather to add on to. In fact, I've used this one for a lot of projects. If you want to take a look, here is the product page right here. This is product ID 3857. And if you scroll down, by the way, look at that price, $11.98. Great price for the Feather M4, heck of a capable chip. What I'm going to do is scroll down a little bit and we'll get to the, there we go, the Learn Guide for this. This is the primary guide, Learn Guide. If you click on that, that will show you everything you need to know about powering the board, using the board. Don't forget it has LiPo battery charging on it. It has the same pinout as all of the typical Feather pinouts, so you can use a huge variety of Feather wings on top of it. We've got the pinout listed here, so you can go through and check out what, look at how dense that is, that little graph there. You get a lot of capabilities on the pins. And if you take a look at one of the other links that's here, it says see all guides. This will take you to a Learn Guide search that shows a ton of different projects using the Feather M4. A bunch of these that I've worked on. Here's one that I had on hand. This is my pianocade. So this is using the Feather M4 and a little breakout so that I can attach to a whole bunch of buttons, arcade buttons that light up, and a joystick. That is just one of the many. Oh, here's another one. This was a the little Game Dazzler graphic card that you can plug a Feather into. The Feather M4 is a really great one for that. And on and on and on. So go check out some of those learn guides to get an idea of some of the projects you can do with it. And like I said, it'll work really well under both Arduino and CircuitPython. I believe this also is one of the boards that you can run the Teensy audio library inside of Arduino on, since it's an M4 chip and we ported that. You should be able to use the Adafruit fork of that. I don't know if I can confirm that. I don't remember if I've done it. I've done it on some other of our M4 products, but it might be one that you could use for that. In case you don't want to use SynthIO on a CircuitPython side of things, you could use Arduino on that. And like I said, you've got a pretty decent analog output, stereo analog output right on the board, or you can, of course, use I2S if you want to plug out to a really high-quality amplifier. Let's see, a question from Sam J. Ohio. With Arduino, can it play MP3 off of SPI and use the DAC? I believe it can. I've played MP3 off of this board on, in fact, let me show you a Walkman project right here. I gotta double check if this uses, oh no, that's a different one. That uses RP2040. But I believe it can. I believe you can play MP3. If anyone has experience with that, please answer in the chat. By the way, if you're wondering who I'm talking to, there's our chat right there. We have our Discord server over at adafruit.it/discord. Look for the live broadcast chat channel. C. Grover says, love that Feather. Use the Itsy Bitsy M4 Express in a bunch of projects too. Yeah, M4 is a powerhouse of a chip. Really terrific platform for a lot of your CircuitPython and Arduino needs. Let's see, if you wanted to, by the way, just take a look at this demo again for a moment here. This is one I created in CircuitPython. So here you can see some of the stuff we're doing. We're importing a bunch of libraries, including Seesaw, so we could use this little joystick here. We're using a OLED display and display I/O. I have the NeoPixel running inside of this little feather wing right here. I've added an analog I/O so I can do the potentiometer that I bolted to the edge there. This uses a Seesaw button mask setup for reading those buttons, so it happens very quickly. We just get a bit mask of all the buttons that are being pressed. We've got a couple helper functions there for some color stuff. And then the main loop here, we're just checking the knob. If it changes, then we'll go ahead and adjust the brightness. If we're holding down this top button and we change the joystick, we can change those colors out, and then we've got some static colors there, as well as a little color cycle that we can press there with the top button. So this is a typical setup here on the Feather M4, just grabbing a bunch of different libraries, got plenty of space for them, lots of memory, lots of speed. So we're so excited this one is back in stock. Like I said, it's been a while. Last, I think, was a couple years ago maybe that we sold through these, and it was just that dang ATSAMD 51 chip that we were waiting on, but we've got buckets and buckets and buckets of those in, so we are making the M4 Feathers again. So this is your opportunity to go grab some. Head to this URL right here, like I said, and look at the price on this thing. It is $11.98 right now. Hopefully they're still in stock. I'll refresh. Yes, they are. So you should be good to get those. Oh, look, it says I last purchased it on May 4th, 2022. All right, that's the last that we had it, actually, a little more recently. I think there was a long while where we didn't have them, and then we were able to do a small run, and then they've been gone since then. So order history on Adafruit is really helpful for figuring out when I got stuff. All right. I think that's going to do it for today. Thanks, everyone, for coming and stopping by. Remember, head on over to that URL if you want to go pick up some of these boards. That is my product pick of the week this week. It is the Feather M4 Express, the return of the Feather M4 Express. Thanks, everyone, for stopping by. For Adafruit Industries, I'm John Park, and this has been JP's product pick of the week.